It was a long night of fun, filled with fascinating highlights of delight and spotlights on Idonre, the historic town on the hills. On this great night of grand showcase, Idonre Majoba bubbled with class, carriage, and captivating echoes of cultural renaissance. Indeed, the people of the ancient kingdom of Idonre in Ondo State all came together for 3 days, from Friday, December the 25th to Sunday, December 27, 2020, to refresh their cultural heritage through communal efforts by celebrating their unique culture in a very distinct way. This celebration of the distinctive nature, culture, and couture of Idonre, a land surrounded by towering hills, was tagged Ketewa Festival, an indigenous word which means all of us. This inspirational halo around Ketewa comes as a unifying factor in Idonre and a major boost for the culture and tourism sector of the state's and nation's economy. Like the name implies, the Ketewa Festival is a unifying cultural carnival for all sons and daughters of Idonre Kingdom, and we clearly spelt out goals of togetherness, notwithstanding political, religious, and social leanings. In his opening address, the Chairman Planning Committee for Ketewa Festival and Commissioner for Culture and Tourism in Ondo State, Mr. Yemi Oluwolabi, said the whole idea was to sustain unity among Idonre people and also prevent the community's culture and tradition from going into extinction, hence the main theme of the festival, reawakening.
Lauding the idea of Ketewa Festival was the Awosunye of Atoshin Idonre, Oba Gilbert Olakunle Ogunlowo, who in company of his chiefs called on communities within and outside Ondo State to emulate such step towards sustaining culture and traditions of their areas. humane, and charismatic, Oba Ogunlowo hosted the Ayo competition in his expansive palace and feted all with sumptuous meals. The festival kick-started with a series of competitions at the level of traditional sports of Ayo and Arin, both of which took place in Atoshin, and later the game of table tennis, which held in Aladi Youth Center.
From sports to seminar, the festival got more educative when on the next day, an arts lecture with the topic Idonri oral literature, poetry or incantations came to be. The event, which held at the Esegbeke Reception Hall of Idonri Hills Resort, was chaired by erudite scholar and High Chief Ushuri of Idonri Land, Dr. Charles Akinde.
Poetry. When you read poetry in class book, you may not for ordinary mind, you may not understand it. So, no, to anybody. That's not meaning to anybody. But when we are talking about the efficacy of you talk to somebody and the thing happens like that. You don't know the reason why. So that's why that's the element of intangibility of that particular thing. So when we are talking about oral literature, that is exactly what the Nigerians definitely, before the amalgamation and so on, the education came after. So the oral literature, we got everything from oral literature. So the question with us, maybe many of the things go into it. I buy again, the Korean Then, it describes geography.
While the discussants were a rich blend of Chief Ojo Alalabiaye,
the poetry leader of Bogodo from the major parts. We have Ola, we have Obaga, and every of these things has their own system. But on Bogodo, at any point, at anything you ever see, like Ola, àwọn obìnrin ló máa ń kọlá tó bá ti sọ pé oṣù orósùn lélẹ̀ ó lé mọ́lá lọ oko àyè wa dáhùn iye ọmọlẹ̀ yé sọ kẹ́kẹ́ lé lájẹ́ ìwòye yé máa sọ ọ̀kẹ́kẹ́ láṣọ òye yé mi wá débù sọ. Dọ́gba di ìbò tọ́lẹ̀ mẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ra dùgbò tó jọ mọ́ bọ̀ o. Ìrèlè àjẹ̀wògbà àdókọ́sà yá nílé náà dèrò máa ma kó gbòdó ìbí àjẹ́. Àwọn ọlọ́sọ̀kà yìí sàtàdé lúgbẹ́dú ló mú àjẹ́. Those are Ola poetry. But this can only be said during Orosun festival. That is the limitation. Then we have Obaga. As Ola is to Orosun festival, is Obaga to Olofin festival. Ọjọ́ abáti ṣùgbọ́n òtítọ́. Alaboga enale, notaku, nusanu abanturi. Alaboga enale, notaku. Immediately yabati moga enale ate afi shekini abudo sonto. No mule. The next one I go, one change. Abudo kona. Oku ọgbagba yẹn tolo. Oge ko bi ọ̀nà tẹ́lẹ̀ àgbẹ̀fọ́.
It's just like that is pure poetry. You see, this Ola I've just said for Orosun is pure poetry. Poetry we are using it to excite, to exalt Orosun, and we are using the other one also to exalt Olofin. And if you look at that of Olofin, it has some trace of oral history. Ọ̀nàtẹ́rẹ́ ó lọ sí Apẹ̀fà. Apẹ̀fà ó lọ Ìbìdí. You know that Apẹ̀fà is the road that our forefathers. So Ọ̀nàtẹ́rẹ́ Apẹ̀fà. Ẹ̀rọ ní gbégbé o ẹ̀mẹ́rọ gbégbé o láyé ìdí. Gbégbé yẹn ó wà lókè Ìdọ̀rẹ̀ láyé àtijọ́ tí òtútù bá ti mú Ìdọ̀rẹ̀ jù ẹ̀dá dáná ti gbè dábàá ti dáná ti gbè débẹ̀ ti rú èdè alábẹ̀ àkàyà is poetry but has some historic linkage aspects. So those are areas, but the difference between Ola, Ogaga and Ogogo is that Ola is purely poetry, Ogaga is purely poetry, but Ogogo combines both poetry and incantation.
And Mr. Ayo Akimutimi with Dr. Shegun Bajulaye of the Ondo State Ministry of Culture and Tourism as the moderator. The third day, which was the grand finale, everyone looked regal in the Ketewa Ashoke costume, sewn in an easy-to-wear style of girike. As they all gathered at the Methodist High School field Odode Idonre to witness the Ketewa Night of Beats and Bliss. From the VIPs to the locals, everyone got mesmerized by the series of entertainment which came in quick successions. From songs to folklores and from chants to dances, the night was a memorable one as everyone relished the good times in a breezy atmosphere.
The very blissful moment soon came with a special session of an evening with the legend as Idonre's foremost lyricist and warrior music maestro, Sir Francis Akintade, did what he knew how to do best on the stage.
But first, he sat under the clay light at the stage as he responded to questions fielded him. The thrilling evergreen beats of Sir Akintade pulled everyone, including the VIPs and special guests, to the arena as they all danced merrily. Was also an incorporation of cultural dancers from the Ondo State Cultural Troupe and the Idonre Local Government's Cultural Troupe.
For a festival with richly original content, Ketewa was a delightful platform innovating cultural displays. From the ageless Adenike Adetipe, popularly known as Terere, to traditional Bee Empress Bose Akinjide and hugely gifted Eriokon Akinyosola, Tope Ayodeji Lege, and indeed velvety voiced Shegun Wonder, Ketewa Festival was fun.
Also eclectic music performances which are motivated by the beats and spins from the turntable of DJ V. Budding musicians from Idonre, led by hip-hop artists like Johnny Moore, also got the chance to showcase their talents.
We keep singing, we keep praying, never stopping, we going higher. I move for grace, we get blessings, we doing us now, now we getting more. There is no money, we keep blessing, all the dues we keep paying, now we feel like no long thing. I'm a piano first class, there is no money, we keep blessing, all the dues we keep paying, now we feel like no long thing. I'm a piano first class, àdúrà mi, yàrá lókè tí mo gbà, ní gbàgbà, ní kọ̀rọ̀, àdúrà mi, tí mo gbà, ní gbàgbà, ní kọ̀rọ̀, bàbá gbọ́, bàbá bá ìgbà jẹ́ sí o. Adé ùdẹ ùdẹ, ògèdè ùdẹ ùdẹ, àkọ́ṣì ùdẹ ùdẹ, ọmọ ùdẹ rẹ̀ ní mí. Ìdàrẹ́ bojú o, ìdàrẹ́ nílùú mi, ìdàrẹ́ bojú mi lú òkúta, lábẹ́ bíbí sí ìdàrẹ́ bojú o, ìdàrẹ́ nílùú mi, ìdàrẹ́ nílùú mi lú òkúta, lábẹ́ bíbí sí. Sórí ọlọ́pọ̀, àgbọ̀dúrà sórí ọlọ́sàn, àgbọ̀dúrà. Ṣálẹ́ mi lù wọ̀, ayọ̀ mi bá bá fún mi ní sẹ́mi.
so we gotta put your hand. See something, share something, be something. This one go be swap and beat. Oh, the cool. Oh, guys, we let you for a party. Oh, them they got go room. Oh, guys, want to share your. No, wait till you have to be. Want to be. Oh, your back and move. Oh, your family one. Oh, move. Go down. Alewe. Go back and see it.
Ọ̀sùn pẹ́pẹ́ dẹ́mdẹ́mdẹ́m ṣe ló wá pẹ́pẹ́ dé. Mo máa ń gbá ròté, jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé mo máa ń gbá ròté. Ànímọ́yé Túndé tinú kẹfà dé, tó bá ti di gòbé mi dẹ̀ kí n sùn lé. Mo máa ń gbá ròté, jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé mo máa ń gbá ròté. Ànímọ́yé Túndé tinú kẹfà dé, tó bá ti di gòbé mi dẹ̀ kí n sùn lé.
Literary masterpiece with evocative relish, the Ogbogodo recitation was a competitive exercise with a 100,000 naira prize sponsored by Club 66 Idonri.
Kan yóò dákúrú sẹ́yìn ọjà àtàkàkọ yá ti ẹgbẹ̀tọ̀ kó yá náà rí. Àgbáwò lálàánú rí ògbógbó mọ̀jà òun yẹ́bẹ̀ ti ṣe náà tèké tó tó yí ọgbà àwọn nìrí. Ìyá ti fọ̀ ọ̀nà tó wọ́ yí ọgbà nìrí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wọ́ ọ̀kùtù nù ní. Ògùn tó parí ọ̀pálòrò mi dá àjàkú tẹ̀lé. Àìdọ̀ká lọ jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́ àtúrò kásìwé mi. Rọ́gọ̀ sí ilé ayé àdẹ̀ lọ́ra rẹ̀ kó sí ní ayé àdẹ̀ wọ́ra tó kó tó mú ní ìtẹ̀kẹ́tẹ́ sí ayé àdẹ̀ wọ́ra. Àwọn yóò ṣe yí kan ní dábìdàrò dáhọ̀bọ̀ òwe mọ̀ṣẹ́rẹ́ òwe ìyàrò àgbàbílẹ̀ yìí dábíwábí yìí ẹ̀ lè yìí nù. Mo ní gbó ìláre olókòkò ní lẹ́sẹ̀ pé wútu. Abójẹ́bò fún ẹ̀kan lò kọjá ilẹ̀ ẹnu rẹ̀. Àwọn àbá ibo bàbá mi dábí sí ìmọ̀lómi yẹ́pọ̀ mo máa gbá bá tí wọ̀.
Kéle Ògúnládé olè jágò lé así wọ́n yàn kìkà sọ̀tọ̀ yà á ń dàgọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ máa mú yìí àgbà ò dàgbà yẹn náà. Olùmọ̀fọ̀ ọ̀nà bọ̀ ayé ọgbà títẹ̀wé ní òwú ọ̀kùtù náà ní wọn tẹ́ àgòrò. Pẹ̀tẹ́ ìnà mọ̀kọ́bọ̀ mi sí. Wọ́n jọlọ ní òwú ọ̀kùtù máa gbọ́. Mọ́ láti rí mọ kí ẹnà ní yẹyẹ ó bì náà. Àtàgò bí ìrajà wà ètò ń kóńdó. Alẹ́dẹ̀kù ò pàpù ẹyin.
Ọ̀nà tó wọ̀ yí gangan fọ̀rí fọ̀gàgá yìí tẹ̀lé ẹgbà yìí gangan ṣùgbọ́n ọkà yìí máa gbẹ́gùn ní gangan ọ̀rọ̀dún wà níbo tí kí mẹ́ta ọlọ́pẹ́ tẹ̀lé ẹ̀bọ́ rẹ̀ ajé ìmàkẹ́ tẹ̀lé bó bá jẹ́ mi tẹ̀lé àdánù rẹ̀ múnùránù káwọ́ yìí bó ti dàgbà láyé túgà ọjọ́ fẹ́ kúkú dànù ibi mi dànù rẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀dẹ̀ mú ọmọdé láti mú gbọ́ ọlọ́fàṣẹ̀ mọ́ ọdún.
Ó bá ọ̀nà tó pẹ̀ ọ́ búkẹ́. Abọ́gò ló tó pẹ̀ ọ́ ní odi. Òyẹ̀wò àgùntàn wọn fi dùn yín. Ọ̀sán gangan abilúra yín. Alága bílẹ̀ gbèdé ìdábà bílẹ̀ gbèdé ọ̀sán gangan tó yà yé ni. Dábà bílẹ̀ gbèdé ọ̀sán gangan dábà ti bì í o.
Mr. Ayo Akimutimi took the first position with a cash prize of 50,000 naira, while Chief Adewoye Ajiolokun came second with a cash prize of 30,000 naira. Abayomi Oloruntimileyin came third with a cash prize of 20,000 naira. President of Club 66 presented the prizes to the winners and commended the Ketewa Festival initiative. Also, Prince Kayode Aroluye, incumbent chairman of Idonri local government, sponsored the Ayo Okpo competition with a cash prize of 50,000 naira. In the same, the Idonri Development Foundation, IDF, sponsored the table tennis competition. Similarly, the Nobu Dafosi family provided a cash prize of 80,000 naira for winners of the keenly contested marathon race.
Awards were also given to deserving personalities by a foremost non-governmental organization, Ola Universal Foundation. for their efforts at reawakening the culture and tradition of Idonre people and its due projection.
I sent you this award in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We appreciate your goodwill by uniting us always, and that is why we are giving you this award, sir. Thank you. Also, we are inviting Mr. Belusi to come up this stage now.
I want to appreciate Ola Universal Foundation for this award, especially the one presented to our energetic, dynamic, committed, patriotic Idonre man, born in Ekiti, Chief Gani Boluwaji Agbelusi. I've said this several times that Mr. Agbelusi has been in Idonre for over 35 years, 37 years. So that's why he's an Idonre man born in Ado Ekiti. So Mr. Agbelusi, I congratulate you once again, and I pray for God's strength and grace and enablement for you to assist you as you contribute more to the development of Idonre and humanity in general.
There, the fun continued as the celebrations went far into the night with the mellifluous music and the melodic mixes coupled with the swift swings of the various artists, thrilling everyone who basked in the ensuing mesmerizing sequences to the very early hours of Monday, the 28th day of December 2020.
To be alive to witness this program, Ketewa. The meaning of Ketewa, that is, all of us are Idonre indigenous. So Ketewa is a very good festival, and I love it. It is a festival that is constituted and comprises only indigenous Idonre people. So it doesn't have a government presence. It has no government presence. So it is organized within ourselves here, and for the unity of Idonre.
Highly inspiring, and is trying to bring Idonre culture and tradition to limelight. It's very highly welcomed. Mokongwa lo ami ogenamu ogwa merushodun ofensho makarin ijile labale sawuje ranko ibokete robi dakilo ami ko mi o ogwa wo lala o lo ami alaare gbongbon na tan olokiti kan rowujala dengoro ba gore e agbuberi domo ba gore e asegbejagbo ogwa lo aminu kan egori edeka ba yeri o ogwa wo lala o do po ti rin male daja lepade olua.
It's about reawakening of our cultural heritage. You know, so many things has gone away that we don't even know about. Idore is full of so many cultures. There are so many cultures in Idore that you cannot even start talking. So what we decided to do, pioneered by the Honorable Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Yemilo Olabi, is to bring to the awareness of our people the various cultural heritage we have here. So many. You can use this medium, other medium to tell them that Idore, like the title of our festival, Ketewa, we are one. Alade, Atoshin, Udode, we are one. We should come together as one. We should not allow any primordial things to separate us under any guise. We are one. We should come together. We share the same culture anyway.
Ketewa is getting richer by the year. And I look at the program that is a good initiative. It's even a program that it's not as if it has a budgetary provision. It's his personal passion and locally financed, locally put together, without the input of governments at all. So we can see that great things are possible through communal cooperation. And it's really, I know the program is going places, because when I look at the things that the innovations, is it in terms of the sporting event they had in the morning, we want to look also even at the designed outfits they have for the program. I mean, it's a unique one, and I think it's highly successful, and I pray that the community will be able to sustain it.
It's fantastic. It is first in kind. I have seen it from the beginning, from the day one. I've been seeing the way the thing is going on, and I so much appreciate it. And I wish the organizer that they should keep on continuing such. They should not let it die like this. They should continue it. By God's grace, God will give them the empowerment to do it.
Take one, a unitary cultural show that unifies all Makaris in the community. Very beautiful, fantastic and successful. Because what this has done, it has garnished all Makaris together to talk with a very loud voice, with voice of unity for one purpose, for development of the kingdom.
The event is important to showcase our culture. My advice to younger people and to the sons and daughters of Idore is to ensure that programs like this, events like this continue, particularly to preserve our language. Our language is fast disappearing, and if we don't make conscious effort to preserve the languages will become extinct. So programs like this will bring together the indigenous of Idore, and it should be encouraged by all present, and I congratulate the organizer, particularly Honorable Yemi Ololabi, who put this together. It's a fantastic way to showcase the legend, Santa Kitade, who has done very well for himself. He has done a lot to promote the culture of Ondo and Idore, and I'm happy to be here tonight to honor him.
Ketewa Festival is essentially a spontaneous reaction, a spontaneous response, a spontaneous answer to the yearnings of our people, the people of Idore. Like I've said in many fora, there was a time in this community when the festival called Mari, organized and sponsored by the state government, it held for some years before it was stopped due to paucity of funds. And our people kept asking for Mari or something that brings the people together once in a year like this to celebrate the very essence of Idore culture. The calls were strident, the calls were consistent, the questions were coming. Will you revive Mari? Will government revive Mari? And the policy of government, not only in Ondo State now, everywhere, is that festivals are business of host communities and not government. Government cannot sponsor festivals. Government cannot. If government, for instance, were to be sponsoring festivals in Ondo State, there are 18 local governments, and there are thousands of communities with different festivals. There's no way government can sponsor those festivals. So I had to think outside the box. Brought some young men and women together, and we came about the idea of Ketewa Festival, which is totally community-based, community-funded, community-sponsored. Ketewa Festival runs on donations, grants, sponsorships, and endowments. As you will have seen today, at today's event, virtually all the major events were sponsored by the indigenous home and abroad. So it shows that our people were waiting for something like this to happen, and God has used us to make that dream come true. For me, I feel delighted, I feel happy, I feel fulfilled that I have been able to fill that gap, the yearning gap that was there. And the crowd you saw today confirms the fact that our people have been waiting for something like this. And by the grace of God, I have said, Ketewa Festival has come to stay.
With the Ketewa Festival, Idonri has ultimately shown that it is a community whose people are determined to constantly project their cultural heritage to the world.
Matole